Welcome to the backstage area of the 3 Arena. We're sitting here with Michael and Peter from the Halo Effect. Hi guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well. You've just performed for the very first time in Dublin, debut show.
Yes.
What a night, as you said tonight. It's a huge night for heavy metal tonight, but absolutely incredible performance tonight.
Cool, man. Thank you.
You've cracked your Halo Effect Irish cherry tonight, so to speak.
yeah. And it feels kind of surreal, this early in, this is our 10th show or something like that.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
No, it is on 10th show.
Yeah, probably.
Just quick calculation.
And
first double digits show.
Yeah. There you go. So
okay.
I like the reference all the time.
So it feels weird, but also very familiar and cool. And the car was great tonight, and arena's beautiful, and so it was really, really cool. Well, to kick it off.
Listen, let's just talk about this album, right? Days of the Lost. I mean, if anyone that ever released a debut album could ever anticipate that it's going to land, not even just kind of tickle the top 10, but like go straight in at number 1 in your home country. I mean, let's just start with, was that just like, holy shit? I mean, did you anticipate that?
No, of course not. I mean,
we're Swedish. We're too humble to expect that.
Exactly.
Okay.
The whole idea about being Scandinavian is go like, nah, it's never gonna work. Like nothing ever is gonna go our way, and so it was incredibly cool. And it just shows that, people have been anticipating this. They're excited for it. I think the whole kind of like marketing and the way that we kind of built up anticipation for it kind of paid off as well, because it took a full year from when we announced the band till the album came out because of vinyl shortage. But we, made it kind of into something kind of cool, I thought. So it really worked out, and people have been incredibly cool and supportive and really loving the stuff.
It's been almost, it's just kind of been incredible. I remember the first time I got the press release through, and it was like, oh my God, this is really interesting, wow. And then the first thing I did was find your social links on social media, and I remember thinking, oh, there's only like 200 people that like this page or whatever, or they're following them. And to see it just explode, and everywhere you go, there's just open arms, the critical acclaim, everyone from across the world, from America to Australia, Central Europe, everyone has been just raving about this album. I mean, it just must be, you guys have been doing this for a long time, and I don't mean obviously, but in this particular band, but your careers, but to achieve so much in such a short period of time, you have to be able to kind of pinch yourself and just say, Jesus.
And it is. Hard to kind of grasp it, and but it's insanely cool, and I think what we try to do was just not think about it, and just deliver or write music that we felt strongly about, and at the time we were writing it, there was no history in the band, there was no future in the band, it was no contract, no nothing. We were just
no pressure,
no pressure at all. It was just old friends hanging out in the studio making music, and I think that kind of shows. It's more just about having fun together, writing something cool that you love, and it's no pressure. It has to sound like this. It has to be different from this. It has to, click with a certain audience or anything like that. It was just hey, this is what we do. This is what we do best.
And when you said that there was no pressure, it was just totally natural and everything. Is there, let me phrase this question right, not a worry about the next album, but when something goes so well, and then there's so much anticipation for, you kind of go oh my God, can we do it?
Well,
can we top that?
The thing is that since we started this band just before the pandemic, and then it happened, we got way more time than we even anticipated ourselves. We actually do have some songs written already, and I think we'll just continue that spirit and try and when we go back into the studio, we won't think about anybody else. The outside, we'll just keep on writing what we like.
But it's going to be a classic case of the difficult third album.
course, yeah. That's
That's
going to be an issue.
but in saying that, and I have to, obviously reference your schedule is ridiculous. Dark Tranquility and everything. Is there some sort of insane schedule that is planned for the next few years about, okay, you're going on tour and then we've got to do this, and where are we going to find the time to write? And
I mean, yeah, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be writing a new DT album beginning of somewhere next year, and we're going to write some more songs for this during the end of this year. And it's going to be insane. But it's going to be fun and in good kind of like in a good creative modes. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Of course, there's going to be a lot of traveling involved, but but we've had some time to kind of make up for as well, like being away from the road for 2 years at least for me. So it feels good to kind of do this again proper.
And also like it's going to be a challenge, yes, but as most fun stuff, it's not a worry. You just do it, and you're gonna have a good time while doing it.
Yeah,
you're so relaxed about it. It's great. I guess coming from such an iconic, the Gothenburg scene that everyone sort of talks about today, and the bands that spawn from it, and how they've influenced so many bands around the world. And I mean, it was a really poignant kind of time in the history of metal when you look at it as a whole. Forget the subgenres here for a second. It's just heavy, great fucking music, I mean, when you look back on what was achieved from this one concentrated area to today, to now, and see the impact and how it's bled out into the world all over the place, internationally. I mean, is there a sense of kind of pride about that for you guys? I mean, it must be.
Without a doubt. I mean, definitely. I mean, for a while it was weird because we didn't know what it was, and it felt like an insult, like all the bands sound the same, and it's all, like Gothenburg sound, like all the bands sound like, like exactly what it is, whereas we were trying so hard to be original and different from each other when we started. But then, of course, I realized that, there are very, like a lot of, cornerstones or common threads that we have in our music that, of course, makes this kind of like into a certain sound. So I couldn't be more proud of all the bands from our area and where it has kind of brought us and how influential it has been. Because it's insane, of course, when you talk to bands from all over the world and they go like, we started because of.
Was it competitive back though in those early days?
No, because Gothenburg's a tiny city, we all hung out together, we rehearsed in the same kind of rehearsal rooms, and we went to the same shows and drank the same cheap beer.
To me, it sounds like the same kind of bond that existed in the Bay Area. And to me, it's very unique.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find.
Yeah.
And it's.
We talked to a lot of bands from the Bay Area, with Testament and Violence and bands like that, and they feel kind of the same way because it was just friends hanging out. Nobody knew about this kind of music, and it was something special, something unique. But you felt like you were onto something that no one else understood,
and that
made it special.
No rivalry.
No,
it's like people hanging out, playing music, and helping each other out. And if if one band got bigger than the other, then other people got to support that band. That's
the way it should be.
And it's always been like that.
Absolutely. So just talking about this tour now, you're obviously here in Dublin tonight. This is kind of the end of kind of the first little section, the leg, I believe, and then you go on to mainland Europe. And so this is kind of a dream tour in a way to introduce what you guys are doing, with the debut album. It's just everything is just ticking all the boxes. It's like the momentum has just been so fantastic for you. So have you the feeling of being out on the road? It's a very eclectic mix, obviously, with Amon Amarth, Machine Head, and you guys, and all just amazing quality of metal. But have you, when you think about that now, does it feel that it's kind of the perfect way to just sort of come in to Europe and the UK and to just say, this is us. This is the first time kind of for you guys playing everywhere.
I think it's very. First off, it's an honor for us to be invited by these amazing bands to support them and to go out on tour like this without no pressure really. Just going out, being able to have the support slot and doing what we do as best as we can.
Yeah.
It's just, it couldn't be better.
No. And I think like the Marth crowd is really open-minded, and they're up for anything, melodic and Swedish, obviously, and then Machine Head crowd is pretty open-minded as well. So it seems like we play to the perfect crowd, basically. And of course, like being on tour with these guys is super easy, even though they bring the biggest production ever. It's insane, but it's still super cool guys, super cool crew and everything. So it's it's as good as it could possibly get for a first tour for this band, without a doubt.
And it's also fun going up on stage with no production really, just having a huge backdrop and our own stuff, and we actually, we manage our own gear, most of it.
Yeah,
and, it's.
But as an observer, I mean, seeing you for the very first time tonight, that is just, luxury kind of excessive. Like, it's great, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's just we're here to connection between the
play
music
the songs and make sure that people listen and get our music.
Absolutely. So, 2 more questions. So basically, you're doing this. You're doing this, finishing off this round of dates. What are the plans after that then, when you finish this tour for the Halo Effect?
We're gonna try and go back into the studio and finish up the next record.
So not going to America or...
There will be some American dates, but I think it will be next year.
Yeah.
Okay, 2023?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be on tour winter with Tranquility.
Okay.
But then by the end of the year, we're going to record some new stuff and have something, hopefully have something ready before next summer, so that we can play longer sets. Basically,
yes,
we only have
maybe not a full length, but like an EP or something.
Yeah. Because it's been weird playing like the entire album, some of the festival shows that we've done. So
but not a lot of bands do that.
No. Also, we did it before the album came out, which nobody does. So that was kind of strange.
So a possible EP next year.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Sure.
And the last question is, okay, you're on this tour, as we've established, everybody knows, but will we see an actual headlining tour of
that would be very sweet. So
across
we
Europe?
should. Yeah.
Can you sneak it in at some point? Is there even a talk or mention about it? Or
that's what we want to do. So,
Yeah.
but it's just a matter of like timing it right and making sure that we have enough material as well and doing it properly. But it's definitely going to happen.
Eventually, absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well then, keep your eyes on the Halo Effect. Everything online. Check them out. Absolutely fantastic band. So listen, amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for being on Overdrive, and welcome to Ireland. And we want to see you back here again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.